Roswell. Now, I know your audience is going to say, Roswell's been beaten to death. And, well, how about this? Let's say that a murder took place, even though it's 80 years ago or 75 years ago. Does that make it like, oh, well, so much time's passed, let's not worry about it? No. And the reason why Roswell is so relevant that most people don't understand is that you had the 509th Bomb Squadron, the most elite squadron, hand-select unit in the world, exclusively responsible for the deployment of atomic weapons, announced that they recovered a flying saucer. That's a fact, okay? Then they recant and say, oh, terribly sorry. It was just a common everyday weather balloon. Jesse Marcel, the first person at the debris field with Mac Brazel, and thank you, Don Schmidt and Kevin Randall, for all your work. We wouldn't talk about this if it hadn't been for them, and Stanton Friedman. Mac Brazel takes Marcel and another guy, intelligence officer, out to the debris field. Mac Brazel says the material was clearly not of Earth origin. I know weather balloons inside and out. He described the material like tin foil that you crumple it up and it regains its thing. These I-beams that are purple with hieroglyphic writings, things of that nature. He takes it back to his son, who I met, Jesse Marcel Jr. I knew him well. Went on Larry King with the guy a bunch of times. He described the same material that he handled personally in his hands, okay? The press conference they had with Colonel DuBose, Roger Ramey, and Jesse Marcel, 2 out of 3 of those went on the record on camera, said the original story was true. That was the balloon story was a cover-up. Okay, you've got the FBI memo by J. Edgar Hoover in his own handwriting. He talks about in the SW case, could be Southwest, the Army grabbed it and wouldn't let us have it for cursory examination. That's pretty compelling. You've got Apollo 14 astronaut Edgar Mitchell, who just so happened to grow up in Roswell. And when he came back, or on the outskirts, and when he came back from his mission to the moon in the 70s, Apollo 14, 6th man to walk on the moon, he gets back and he knows all those ranchers, and those ranchers tell him, yeah, that was not of Earth origin. He's gone on the record saying this, and he also confirmed that his intelligence sources, he's an astronaut, he landed on the moon, told him that Roswell was real. So based on just that alone, that's extremely compelling. And I know that Sheila Widnall, the former Secretary of the Air Force in the 90s under the Clinton administration, she went after that case because Clinton went after that case. And they weren't happy with the answers they were getting. And then the Air Force comes up with Project Mogul. Well, if you look at Project Mogul is just exactly the same explanation as the first one, except it's a bunch of these balloons stringed together. Balsa wood, tinfoil, absolute baloney. If the Air Force really wanted to squash it, show us that material that the first-hand eyewitness testimony, the people that have gone on camera described, show us that material that crumples up from 1947. Show us those I-beams with hieroglyphics on them.
Can I stop you real
Sure,
quick?
absolutely.
The material that crumpled up, what's fascinating is it's exactly the same as what was described in the Varginha case.
Yes, that's what Carlos de Souza described, yes.
This material was light like aluminum foil. When you crumple it and let it go, it goes right back to its form.
Took back his shape, yes. So anyway, so that's Roswell.
So someone has this.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Well, yeah, supposedly.
And someone probably has photos of this, supposedly.
Yeah, there's a memo out that was found actually called the Wilson memo. Most researchers think it's a smoking gun. I've got it here, actually.
The Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason's amazing. I met a guy who...
Nixon thing is wild.
Oh, absolutely. And Jackie Gleason told my buddy, Jeff Sagansky, don't listen to what anyone ever tells you. I had 100% confirmation these things exist. He didn't say that the President Nixon drove me out to a base in Florida, but he told him, don't listen to anybody who says I know for a fact these things exist. That was really cool. Anyway, this is the Wilson memo. We should look into it. That actually came out when Dr. Edgar Mitchell passed. That leaked out. I think a guy named James Rigney had something to do with it. There's been analysis work on it. But this is considered a smoking gun evidence for crash materials and programs of that nature. There's a guy named Hal Puthoff that's mentioned. Eric Davies is mentioned. Admiral Wilson is mentioned. Quite fascinating. It could be. I think there are other people out there like Richard Dolan and who's the other guy? Ross Colhart. They know a lot more about this document than I do. But in any case, let's move on. Now you got 1950.
Can I stop you one more time?
Absolutely.
You said Clinton looked into this, but
Yes.
he wasn't happy with the answers he got?
Yes.
How'd that go?
What happened was Lawrence Spelman Rockefeller was pressuring the Clinton administration. I know this because I talked to John Podesta about it and other people. And he was basically saying that if you don't push for government transparency on this topic to Clinton, then I'm going to expose the fact that you're not doing it in every newspaper journal across the country. Okay? So Clinton administration goes, okay, fine. What do you want me to do? Which case? Pick a case. And they said, all right, I want you to go after Roswell. So Clinton went after Roswell. They were not happy with the answer they were getting about Roswell. That's that side of the story. I mean, Podesta basically said, yeah, we looked into it. And they eventually came back with that report, Roswell case closed. And they talked about this stupid weather balloon. It was a Project Mogul. Project Mogul is exactly the same damn weather balloon, just a bunch of them strung together. Same excuse, same thing. Anyway, we'll move on.